Come to a child's pose on your mat. Heels are together, knees apart, hips are sitting on your heels, arms are extended out straight in front of you, elbows are off the ground, fingertips are spread apart, your pelvis is pushing towards the sky, lower back and upper back is also pushing towards the front of your mat. You can clasp your arms behind you, lift up into the air and fold forward for a deeper stretch. You can place a block underneath your head, release the arms, bring your arms in front of you, elbows off the ground. Your palms can be on your fingertips here, keeping your hips to your heels, just really trying to straighten out through the lower back and the upper back. Pushing the upper chest towards the ground. Just take in a few really deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth, using the entire capacity of your lungs and your abdomen. You can roll your forehead from side to side. Today's class is all about balance. So we're going to do a lot of balancing poses and some chair poses. Continue to sit into your child's pose. You can always come back here if you're tired or if something doesn't feel right. Walk both hands towards the right side of your mat, your left palm over your right palm, stretching out the left side of your body. Walk them back center, palms are on your fingertips. And then walk them to the left side of the mat. Right palm over left palm, stretching through the right side of the body, keeping your right hip on your right heel, not allowing your hips to come up. And both hands come center again. Continuing to take deep breaths. Slowly roll up, come to seated onto your heels. Let's roll your neck out towards the left in a circle. Just take really big, deep circles here, stretching out the sides of the neck. Keep circling. Keep moving and switch to the right, circle over to the right. Keep rolling through, just getting out any kinks in the neck. Bring your arms clasped behind you, look up, slight back bend, really pushing through the top of the chest and your upper back. And release, bring your right hand across your chest towards the left and look to your right. Just stretching out your shoulders, warming up those shoulders. Bend your right elbow and bring it behind your head, using your left hand for support. And release, bring your left arm across your chest towards the right and look to your left. And release, bring your left hand, bend your left elbow behind your head, using your right hand for support. And keeping your upper back straight, arms can come above your head and release. Let's swim over to the left side. Left hand comes onto the ground, right arm extending over you to the side towards the left wall. Stay seated and switch sides, right palm down to the ground, elbow is bent, left hand comes across your head towards the right wall. And let's come onto all fours. Shoulders will be aligned with your wrists and hips aligned with your knees. We're going to use some cat-cows. Look up for cat, pushing through the lower back. Push up through the ground for cow, pushing through the upper back. And down for cat, look up. Up for cow through the top of the back. Push down for cat, look up. You can stick your tongue out for lion's breath. And push up for cow through the upper back. You can wag the tailbone from side to side, just winding and moving through any stagnant energy. Move the entire upper body over your wrists in a circle. So move to the left in a circle over your wrists. And keep moving. And now reverse the circle to the right. Keep moving through your wrists, warming them up. If this is too intense, you can skip this part. Bring your knees together, feet together, hips to the sky. Bring your chest towards the ground, arms extended out in front of you. Your chin to the ground, looking forward for puppy. Really pushing your chest towards the ground. This is an opener for your shoulders. Bring your belly to the ground, feet are still together, elbows are bent at your side. For scorpion, you can look to the right, look to the left. Just a slight back bend here. You can roll the neck around. Rest your head onto your hands, grabbing the back of your right foot with your right hand, stretching to the top of your right thigh. And release, switch sides, grab the back of your left foot with your left hand, stretching the top of your left thigh. You could bring your heel towards your hips. Bring your arms to your sides, tuck in your toes, and push up for plank. Pretend like there's a wall behind your feet. Your shoulders, hips, and heels should be in a straight line. Let's roll in a circle to the left over the wrists. Keep circling. Reverse the circle to the right. Your head should be slightly looking forward. You can bring your right knee to the ground, left knee is extended out to the sky. Bring your right elbow to your left knee and crunch and extend, crunch and extend, crunch and extend, crunch and extend. Palm comes to the ground, switch sides, right leg is extended out to the sky, left arm is out to the sky as well. Crunch your left elbow to your left knee and keep crunching. Crunch elbow to knee, crunch and extend, and release. Come back into plank, knees off the ground, push back into down dog. Hips, shoulders, and hands are aligned. Attempt to bring your heels towards the ground. Bend your left knee, bend your right knee. Just getting adjusted into your first down dog of the day. Just tilting your pelvis towards the sky. Roll through the top of your back into plank and roll back through the top of your back into down dog. Roll through into plank and roll through the spine back into down dog, pushing the heels towards the ground. Roll back into plank, just warming up our spine, and roll through the spine back down into down dog. Roll through into plank and roll back into down dog. Bend the left knee, bend the right knee. Bend both knees, look forward, jump, step, or hop forward to the top of your mat, flat back, arms behind your ankles and fold forward. Roll up, look up, palms together, slight back bend, palms to chest, fold forward, hands to the ground and step back, chaturanga and hold for 5. Up dog, push up through the ground. Reverse the feet, down dog. We're going to do this a few more times. So taking a deep breath, bend the knees, jump, step, or hop forward, flat back, fold forward, bring the arms behind your ankles, and roll up, look up, palms together, a slight back bend, palms to chest, palms to the ground, step back, chaturanga and hold, Up dog, push through the ground, slight back bend here. Reverse the feet, down dog. Always pushing through your index finger, bend the knees, jump, step, or hop forward. Flat back, fold forward, grab behind your ankles, step back into chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Bend the knees, jump, step, or hop forward. Flat back. Hands can come to the front of your shin for flat back, fold forward. Roll up, look up, palms together, palms to the ground. Step back into chaturanga. Elbows are aligned with your shoulders, so your shoulders shouldn't be lower than your front body. Push back into down dog. Bend the knees, jump, step, or hop forward. Flat back. Fold forward. Roll up, look up, fly up. Slight back bend. Back down to the ground. Step or jump back, chaturanga and hold. Up dog. And down dog. Bend the knees, jump, step, or hop forward. Flat back. Fold forward. Arms up, look up, fly up. Arms to chest. And let's roll down. Spread your feet wide, hip distance apart. Grabbing onto your elbows. And let's just hang here for a moment. You could bend one knee and then the other. Just hanging in a forward fold. You can press your left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky, bending your left knee. You could bring your right hand behind your back and look up. Reverse, right hand to the ground, left hand to the sky. Right knee is bent, looking up. Left hand can come behind your back. Both hands to the ground. And continue to hang here in a forward fold. Continue to release. Keep asking yourself to let go. Both hands to the ground, step or jump back, plank, chaturanga, up dog, push through the ground, reverse the feet, down dog, hips to the sky, lift your left leg to the sky, pretend that there's a wall behind you. You can bend and extend that left leg. You can roll that hip around a few times. Warming up the left hip, bring your left knee to your left elbow, back to the sky. Left knee to center and look up, back to the sky. Feet are flexed. Knee to right elbow and look to the side. Back to the sky, kick a wall behind you. Knee to left elbow and then to your left wrist and then back up to your elbow. Back to the sky. Knee to center and pulse. Look up. Knee to sky, knee to right elbow and then right wrist, back up to your right elbow and kick back to the sky. Just roll that hip around, bring that left knee in, swim through to warrior two, finding your balance, finding your center. Just getting a good stretch into that left knee. You can bend and extend the left knee a few times to find your alignment. Your right leg is straight. Your right foot is facing the side of your mat. Your left toes are facing the front of your mat. And your both hips are facing the side of the room. So bring your left hand to the floor. Right hand over your head for a side angle. Your left leg is still bent. Straighten your front leg, left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky for Trikonasana, attempting to push through that front left thigh and left hip. Bring your right hand behind your back, look up. Lunge forward onto the left leg, into Warrior 3. So your left toes are facing towards the ground, your palms are to your chest, your heel, hip, and shoulder should be in a straight line. Just balancing on that left leg. And let's come up to standing on tree pose. So your right foot is onto your left thigh, arms are straight to the sky. Bring your right knee to the air and twist your right foot around the back of your left ankle. Your hands should be in ninja, so right elbow comes twisted under your left arm. And attempt to get lower in your squat and release your knee to the sky and then both feet on the ground. Find your chair. So align your feet with your knees and sit back. Your back should be flat. Your arms are straight ahead in your eyesight at an angle. You could bring your palms together or apart, just sitting in chair for about 30 seconds. Both palms to the chest. Step your right leg back into Warrior 2. So left knee is bent, right heel is, first it was down, now it's up. So now we're in Warrior, now we're in Crescent. So heel, back heel is off the ground. Bring your arms behind you, look up, and fold forward into Warrior. Into Humble Warrior. So your head is in front of your left knee. Bring your right knee to the ground, bend and extend that left leg. And bring your arm around, grabbing the back of your right foot, stretching out your right thigh. Release the foot to the ground. And let's find your way into your splits, bringing a block underneath your left thigh and look forward. Bring that left leg behind you. Both knees are bent. Come into puppy, hips to the sky, chest to the ground, arms are extended out in front of you. Chin to the ground, looking forward. Feet are together, knees are together. Roll forward onto your belly. Elbows are at your side, hands are forward. And rest your head onto your hands. Clasp your hands behind your back, look up, fly everything off the ground, including your feet. Your feet stay together, heels stay together, and look up. Slight back bend for airplane. And release, hands come to your side, feet are tucked under. Push up into plank, let's do some push-ups here. Push down and push up, push down and push up, and push back into down dog. Hips are to the sky, pushing through your index fingers. Right leg comes to the sky. Bend and extend that right leg. Push back, kick a wall behind you. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Back to the sky. Right knee to center, look up and pulse. Leg to the sky. Right knee to left elbow, look to the left. And back to the sky. Kick a wall behind you, right leg to right elbow, and then to your wrist and back to the sky. Right knee to center and pulse, look up. Leg to sky. Knee to left elbow, left wrist, back to your elbow. back to the sky. Roll out that hip, bend the knee, roll the hip, and bring the knee through to warrior two on the right side. Look forward. Bend and extend your right knee, just find your perfect alignment. Arms are out at a T, your left toes are facing the side room, your front toes are facing the front of your mat. Both hips are facing the side of the room. Reverse your warrior, look back. Bring your right hand to the ground, left hand to the sky and over your head. Your right knee stays bent. And straighten out your right leg. Left hand comes to the sky, pushing through that right hip, attempting to get both hips towards the side of the room in Trikonasana. Bring your left hand behind you, look up. Bend your right knee, both hands to the ground. Reverse your heel, bring your palms to your chest. Lunge forward into warrior three. Left leg to the sky, left toes are pointed towards the ground. Your hips, heels, and shoulders should be in a straight line, just balancing on that right leg. Bring that right knee to your chest, arms to the sky. Bring your left foot to your right thigh for Trikonasana. And hold. Release the foot, bring your knee up and back around. Bring your right foot, twist it around your left leg. Your hand should be in ninja, left elbow underneath right elbow. And come to a squat. Release the arms, release the leg. Bring both feet on the ground. Find your way into chair. So your knees are in line with your toes, hips towards the ground. Arms are together, slightly looking up for chair. Bring your palms to your chest. I should have stepped my left foot back here, so don't follow what I'm doing. Step your left foot back. Your right knee should be bent here. Your right toe should be pointed forward. Lift your back heel off the ground and come into a crescent, arms to the sky. Clasp your hands behind your back, fold forward for humble warrior. Your head should come in front of your right knee. Both hands to the ground, bring your left knee to the ground and bend and extend your right leg. I accidentally did my same leg twice in the video, but I'm correcting it with my voiceover. So bend and extend your right leg. And sit back. Or bring a block underneath you and come into a split on your right side. So your right leg is straight in front of you, the left leg is behind you. Swing that leg behind you. Come into puppy, hips to the sky, hips are in line with your knees, your chest is towards the ground, looking forward, chin to the ground, arms are straight. This is more of a shoulder stretch and a hip stretch. Roll through towards your belly, feet are together, elbows at your side, looking forward in scorpion. You can rest your head onto your hands. Bring your arms clasped behind you. Look up, fly everything off the ground. Hover your feet off the ground, heels together, toes apart. And release. Bring your palms to your side. Press up for plank. Hold plank and do some push-ups here. So push up, bend the elbows, push up, bend the elbows, push up, and push back into down dog. Great job. Bring your left leg to the sky, kick the wall behind you, left knee in, and back to the sky. Left knee to center, back to the sky. Left knee to right elbow, back to the sky. And left knee, swim it through. Warrior two. Left knee is bent, right leg is straight. And reverse your warrior. Bring your left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky. And over your head for side angle pose. Attempt to clasp both hands behind you. Your left elbow comes underneath your left knee. Right hand comes behind you. Walk both your hands forward and bend and extend your left knee. Your right knee is on the ground. Right hand to the ground. Left hand to the sky. Push your right knee off the ground for a slight twist and look up. Both hands to the ground, reverse that toe, and launch forward into half moon. So this time your right toes are pointed towards the side of the room and your hips are slightly turned open, grabbing the back of that right foot with your right hand. Left hand is on the ground. For balance, just balancing on that left leg. Slowly come up into a dancer's, rotating your hand around your foot, and release dancers. Come into tree pose, right foot to left thigh, arms to the sky. Right knee in and around. Wrap your right toes around your left ankle. Right elbow comes underneath your left elbow. And come to a squat. And find your focus and release. Find your way into chair. Feet are together. Hips are pointed towards the earth. Knees are slightly bent. Arms are at a diagonal. Bring your palms to your chest and into your ground. Step back into chaturanga, up dog, and down dog. Bring your right leg to the sky, right knee comes in. And find warrior two on the right side. Right knee is bent. Left toes are pointed to the side of the mat. Right toes are pointed forward. Right knee should be attempting to push out. Don't let it suckle in. Arms are straight, looking forward. Reverse your arm, look behind you for reverse warrior. Bring your right hand to the ground, left hand to the sky for side angle pose. Straighten out that right leg for Trikonasana, right hand to the ground, left hand to the sky. Attempting to bring that right hip forward. Swing your back arm around, launch into half moon onto the right side. Left toes are pointing towards the side of the wall. Left hand to the sky, right hand to the ground. You can look up, grab the back of your left foot. Slight back bend. Reverse the grab of your foot, grab the side of your foot, and try to look down at your feet and slowly stand up into dancers. If you lose your balance, just grab the back or the front of your foot and stand into dancers. Bringing your left foot to the sky, release the knee. Bring your left foot towards your right leg for Trikonasana. Release. Find your balance. Find your tree, not Trikonasana, sorry. Tree pose. Release the knee. Bring your right foot around your left ankle. Both knees are bent, hips towards the ground. Left elbow under right elbow and release. Find your way into chair. Your toes are together, hips towards the ground. Your knees aligned with the front of your toes. Hands should be together if possible. Back is straight. Just trying to get as deep as possible. Both palms towards your chest. Then bring your right knee to the ground and lift that right knee off the ground. Right hand to the ground, left hand to the sky. Look up for a slight twist. Left hand behind you. Bring your right knee back to the ground. Find your way into puppy. Knees are together, hips to the sky. Arms are extended out in front of you. Chin to the ground, looking forward. Let's roll forward into scorpion. Belly on the ground, elbows at your side and bent. Slight back bend. Push back into a child's pose. Feet are together, knees apart. Hips to your heels, forehead to the ground. Pushing down through your lower back and your upper back, trying to get your back straight. Elbows are off the ground. Using the ground for support to push down your upper back. Just trying to elongate through your back and your spine as much as possible. Let's come up onto all fours, step back into down dog. Left leg in the air, bring your left knee in. This time into warrior two. Left knee is bent, right toes are facing the right side of your mat, arms come above your head. Release the right heel into the air, pretend like there's a wall behind you. Stretching through the front of your right thigh, left knee is bent, arms are still in the sky. Release the hands to the ground. Bring your right knee down to the ground. And then back up. Find your way into a center stretch, so both toes come forward to the side of your mat. Bend at your hips, grab your elbows, and fold forward. Wide-legged forward stretch. Just hang out here for about a minute. It's really important to hang in these forward folds. This is where your heart is above your head, meaning you can lead with your heart and release the ego to the ground. Attempting to bring your head towards the ground, using your core to bring yourself closer. Bring both hands to the ground, bend your elbows, bring your hands forward and your feet closer together, slowly roll up. Bring your heels in, toes out, find your way into goddess, right hand over the heart, left hand over the belly, bend and extend your legs a few times just to find that right alignment. Lift your right heel off the ground and pulse, bend into that right hip for 5. Bring the heel down, left heel off the ground, pulse for 5. And now bring both heels off the ground, pulse center, keep pulsing, and hold. Release the heels, bring your toes forward, clasp your hands behind your back, and fold forward. Release the hands, Bend your right knee, left leg is straight for side ninja. You could bring a block underneath your heel if your heel does not come down to the ground. Arms can be extended out for balance. And walk your feet and your legs over to the other side. So left knee is bent, right leg is straight. Bring a block underneath that heel. Arms are extended out in front of you. Just really sitting into your heel and your hip. Release the block. Bring both hands to the ground. Find your way into down dog, making sure all blocks are out of your way. Lift your right leg to the sky, bring your right knee in, swim it through, and come into Warrior Two. Right knee is bent, left toes are facing the side of your mat, right toes are straight. Slight turn out here. Attempting to stretch through your left hip and the front of your left thigh. Bring your left heel off the ground, stretching through that left thigh. Hips are forward now, not turned out. This is crescent. Bring both hands to the ground, bring your left knee down to the ground. You can bend and extend that right leg for a moment. Bring that left leg straight and swim through the center in a wide-legged forward stretch. Your toes are facing the side of your mat, grabbing onto your elbows, and just hanging here for about a minute. Bring your hands to the ground, bend the elbows, push your forehead and the top of your head towards the ground, aligning the front of your fingers with the front of your toes. Grabbing both elbows again, just hanging here for a moment. Slowly roll up. Bring your heels together, toes apart. Just pulsing here for a moment. Bring your right heel off the ground, pulse into that right hip. Bring the heel down, left heel off the ground, pulse into that left hip. Keep pulsing. Just bending both knees, both heels off the ground, pulse. Bending both knees, pulsing into both hips. Arms are in a circle in front of you. Release, heels to the ground, toes forward. Hands clasped behind your back, folding forward. Hands come off of your lower back towards the sky. Forehead towards the ground. And release the hands. Walk both hands towards the back of your mat. Bend your left knee. Right leg is straight. Attempting to sit onto that left heel and that left hip. Arms are forward for balance. Walk your way over to the other side. So right knee bends, left leg is straight, bringing a block behind the heel if it's up in the air. Just trying to find your squat here. Release the block, bring your hands towards the front of your mat, rotate your feet forward, knees together, toes together, hips to the sky. Bring your chest towards the ground and your chin towards the ground. Arms are straight out in front of you, elbows off the ground for puppy. Push up, straighten out your back legs, push back into down dog. Bring your left leg to the sky, left knee in, and swim it through to Warrior Two. So hips are slightly open, your right toes are facing the side of the mat, left toes are straight, arms to the sky. And now lift the back heel off the ground, bringing your right hip towards the front of the mat. So now your hips are not turned out. Bring both hands to the ground. Launch forward, bring your right feet together with your left and come into chair. So trying to bring your hips towards the ground, back is straight, feet are together, your knees are aligned with your toes. Your hands are together if possible. Just trying to get as deep as possible, bring both hands to the ground, walk your way back into plank, and push up into chaturanga, push back into down dog. Left leg to the sky, bring your left knee in, and swim through to warrior two, arms are in the sky. Your hips are slightly turned out here, your right toes are towards the side of your mat, left toes are straight, pushing through the front of that right thigh and the front of the right hip. And now reverse, bring your right heel off the ground. Your hips are now parallel to the front of the mat. Still pushing through the front of that right thigh, release the hands to the ground, bring both feet together, find your way into chair. Hips towards the ground, arms are to the sky. Arms are at a diagonal, looking up towards your hands. Your eyes should be aligned with your hands. Bring both hands to the ground. Step back, chaturanga, elbows aligned with your shoulders. Push up into up dog and push back into a child's pose. Just take a rest here and take in a really deep breath. Great job. And let's walk your feet towards the front of your mat. Feet are together, extended out in front of you. Fold forward, attempting to straighten out your back as much as possible. Pushing through the sides of your feet, bending your elbows. Let's come to laying down onto your back. Your knees are bent, feet are on the ground. Attempting to reach your hand towards the back of your heels and pushing up both hips to the sky, making sure your back is straight when you push up. Don't curve too much. Keep pushing both heels to the sky, or both hips to the sky, and squeeze at the top. You can squeeze one cheek for 5 and then squeeze the other for 5 and then squeeze both. You can also move in a circle here, just circling out the hips while they're in the air. And then reversing your circle, release to the ground. Let's do some crunches. Hands come behind your back. Crunch center. Look up towards the ceiling. Keep crunching. Bring your right knee in, feet off to the air. Crunch towards that right knee. And straighten out that right leg. Crunch towards that right foot. Look up. Keep crunching. Bend the knee, keep crunching. Right foot to the ground, keep crunching, center. Left foot off the ground, knee to chest, crunch towards that left knee. Straighten the left leg, crunch towards the left foot. Bring your hands behind your head, bending that left knee. And left foot comes to the ground, crunch center. And circle to the right, keep crunching. Just bringing your head and your abdomen in a circle. And to the other side, crunch in a circle to the left. Both knees in, arms off the ground, everything hold. And release. Extend your legs out straight, arms comes above your head. We're going to crisscross your feet, one over the other towards the sky. Arms are out in a T. Crisscross for 5, so get ready. Right leg over left leg, keep crossing towards the sky. Crisscross down towards the ground, hover your feet off the ground. and then back to the sky, continuing to crisscross. Bring them back down, hover over the ground, and flex the feet, arms to the sky, and hold. Release, bring your knees in. You can rotate your knees out for a second. And release your feet back to the ground. Find a block. We're going to do some supported bridges here, so your hands should come towards the back of your heels. Bring your hips up, your shoulders are tucked in. Place the block underneath your lower back, in between your tailbone and your lower back, and rest here. Just surrendering onto that block. Bring one leg to the sky and release. Bring your left leg to the sky and release. Bring both feet to the sky. Flex both your feet and relax your lower back onto that block. Focusing on your upper back, attempting to get your upper back straight onto the ground will allow the block to do its job. If you feel any pain, bring your feet back to the ground and release the block. So bring your feet back down, release the block. Bring your knees in, toes out. So always knock your knees in after any type of back bending to release the lower back. If you ever feel any pain, just lay on your back and skip these poses. Let's get ready. Bring your heels up, your hips up, bring a block underneath your lower back. Relax the arms. Bring your chin towards your chest, relaxing the neck. Bring your right leg to the sky, then back to the ground. Left leg to the sky, back to the ground. Both legs up to the sky, your feet are flexed. Really relaxing onto that block. Attempting to get your shoulders tucked into that upper back. And release, both feet on the ground, release the block. Knock the knees in, toes out. Just releasing the lower back here. In reverse, bring your toes together, knees apart. And just taking a really big deep breath into the lower abdomen here. Right hand can come on the heart, left hand over the belly. Just relaxing on your back and butterfly. Bring your right knee to your chest, left leg extended out straight. Just roll through that right hip, just moving it in a circle. Extend the right leg to the sky. You could bend and extend your feet. You can massage out your thighs and your hips. And bring your leg closer. Bring your right leg towards the left wall, and then grab your right heel and bring it to the right wall. Release the leg. Reverse, bring your left knee in. And rotate it in a circle a few times. Extend your left leg to the sky, pulling towards your face. You can flex and point your feet. So attempting to get it closer to your face. Move your left leg towards the right wall, keeping your left hip on the ground. And grab the back of your left heel, bring it over to the left side. Right hand is extended straight out to the side. And release. Bring your right heel, your right foot to the front of your left thigh and needle your arms through towards your left thigh, bringing your left thigh towards you. This is a seated pigeon. Stretching. This is a very deep right hip stretch. Your right foot should be flexed. right ankle over left thigh, just pulling towards you, taking in really deep breaths into that right thigh. You could bring your left leg to the sky and release, grabbing onto the backs of your right foot and your right knee, keeping your right leg or your right knee at a 90-degree angle, and release. And switch. Bring your left foot to the front of your right thigh. Needle your hands through around your right thigh and pull towards you. Your left foot should be flexed. For a deep stretch on that left hip, just breathing through that left hip. You can hook both arms underneath your foot and extending your right leg straight and release. Bring both knees in, grabbing the backs of both heels. Feet are flexed, pushing your heels towards the ground. You can rock from side to side for happy baby. And release. Bring your knees in, give yourself a really big hug, forehead towards the knees. Just squeezing here, squeeze everything in. And release for Shavasana. Your feet come outside of your mat, hands come outside of your mat, attempting to straighten your back onto the ground. Your shoulders should be slightly tucked under. Your breath can return back to normal, just settling in here. Relax the crown. Relax the eyebrows. Relax the eyelids and your eyeballs. Relax your cheeks and your chin. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your throat and your ears. Relax your shoulders and your forearms, your elbows, your palms, your fingers. Relax your chest and your abdomen, your lower back, your pelvis. Relax your thighs. Let go of your knees and your shins and your calves. Relax the top of your feet and the bottom of your feet. And relax those toes. Just fully surrendering to the ground, letting the ground shape you and form you. Imagining a cord coming from the top of your crown through the center of your body, through your feet, and through the center of the earth. You are always grounded. You are always connected to the earth. You can always find yourself again here. You could come back here mentally. There's nowhere you need to be. There's nowhere you need to go. Just let go of the thoughts. Just always come back to that third eye. Just observe. Find yourself in constant observation. Slow yourself down and take a look at yourself and the world around you. Turn attention onto itself. Letting go of judgment, letting go of logic, just letting things be intuitive, finding that flow in your life, as well as the mat. allowing things to happen and unfold, getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Bring both feet together. You could wiggle your fingers and toes. Your arms could come over your head. Just taking a really big deep breath here. Just laying here for about a minute. I find this pose to allow the ground to shape me. Bring your knees in, feet to the ground, roll over to one side, rest your head on one of your arms. Knees are bent and coming towards your chest. Just rest here for about a minute or two. This is a very healing pose, a very nurturing pose. Just sending your thoughts to the ground. Placing your free hand onto the ground and feeling the earth wherever you may be. Just resting and healing. Lift off, push off with one arm, head comes last. Cross your legs. Bring your right hand towards your left hand, your right hand towards your heart, left hand over the belly. Your head is slightly tilted. Take in 3 really deep breaths. So breathe in through the nose, hold at the top for 3 seconds, and fully release through the mouth, letting everything go. One more time. Breathe in through the nose, hold at the top for 3 seconds, and fully release. Let everything go. Let the abdomen go. Just listen to your heart a little bit more deeply here. Listen to what the heart has to say. This is your place of intuition. They say the heart has a mind, so allowing your heart to guide you and not your head. That is how you release the ego. Bring both palms to your heart, remembering that our hearts beat the same. We are one and the same. We all want the same thing. We are all the same. We are all connected. Remembering your intention for the day, what you set out to come here for. And remembering you can always come back here. The light within me sees the light within you. Bring your palms to your forehead, slightly look up, bow forward. Namaste.